Most of the families in the Bible are completely dysfunctional, and the stories will blow your mind, but it kind of changes everything. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. So Abraham had his wife pretend to be his sister so that a king would take her into his house, and she would be one of the women that served the king's needs, and then got in trouble for it when the king found out what was going on. So Isaac and his mom developed this very complicated scheme to trick his brother out of his inheritance. Him and his mom worked together. Oh, but Jacob's family. Jacob he has all these children, and he gets one, his favorite, right? Clear favoritism, gets this one, basically a designer coat. Not for anybody else, just the favorite. And the kid with the favorite coat, with the special coat, his brothers are just over it, right? And instead of just like leaving him out of things, they throw him in a hole, fake his death, put blood all over this fancy coat, and then sell him into slavery. And then there's David, the king that the Bible said is a man after God's own heart. David, he's got a whole ton of wives, but even though he's got a whole ton of wives and a whole ton of mistresses, he sees this woman who's very attractive, and he wants to be with her. She's married. She's married to one of his soldiers. And so he takes her, sleeps with her. She gets pregnant, and he wants to trick the husband into thinking that's the husband's kid. So he brings the husband back from a war and tries to get him to sleep with his wife. He doesn't sleep with his wife. And so David has the husband killed. Oh, I forgot about Lot. Lot is like protecting these two men from a gang of other men who are trying to, do the R word with the men, that word that TikTok doesn't like us to use. And instead, the way he tries to protect them is offering his own daughters to that mob. And luckily, those men stopped that from happening. So I said this changes everything, and I think it does, because there is this pressure, especially in like conservative evangelical churches, that we have to have a perfect family. There's even an organization called Focus on the Family that tells you exactly how to make your family perfect. It also tells you to do some really sketchy things when it comes to people in your family coming out. So we don't want to encourage those organizations, but this is a problem. There's a problem of feeling like you need to pretend like you have a perfect family, or an almost perfect family, not a severely dysfunctional family, in order to be part of a faith community that uses the Bible. But when you read the Bible, maybe all of the families are completely dysfunctional. So pretending that you've got a perfect family whenever you go to church, or a family that's not dysfunctional, it doesn't just hurt you and make you feel weird because you're lying, and make you feel weird when your family is dysfunctional. It also hurts all of the people, because it puts this sort of false premise in everybody's mind that they can't have a dysfunctional family, or that dysfunctional families somehow disqualify you from being part of the community. When you look at the Bible, all we see is dysfunction. And it's okay, because if we're honest about our dysfunction, that maybe we can support each other when things get real messy. And maybe we can support each other as we try to grow and decrease the dysfunction in our families.